Hello, bonjour. How are you doing? Thank you for being here. Today we are going to try and answer the question, should you weigh yourself and how often? This is a question that I've been asked 3 times this week in my 3 different groups that I coach. So I thought let's just address it also in this live video. My name is Allon-Z. I am a nutrition and lifestyle coach, and I specialize in weight management and pre-diabetes reversal. I work with busy, driven adults who want to establish a healthier lifestyle without overthinking what's in their plate. So today, the question, should you weigh yourself and how often? If it's a question that you've asked yourself before, then stay tuned because that's what we're going to talk about today. So, a lot of people say that weight is really not a relevant number, and it's I partly agree with that. It's more about body composition. Like you usually want to lose fat and you want to build muscle, right? So a lot of people would rather focus on how their body is changing when they adjust their lifestyle, how they fit in their clothes, how you feel, your energy level, and this might be much more important than just the number on the scale. And I do agree with all that, but on the other hand, weight is a very, very simple number that gives you a good indication of where you're going. So if you're trying to manage your weight, to lose weight, it might be just the simplest way to know how you're doing. Just get on the scale, you get that number, and that tells you, well, not doing so good or doing good. So the thing is, a lot of people say that it's easier to, or it's healthier to focus on how you fit in your clothes, for instance. And it's true. Weight is not that reliable a number. But I'll give you my example, right? I mostly wear dresses that are made of stretchy material and leggings. So if I rely on how I fit in my clothes, I might be able to gain like 10, 15 pounds before I realize that I've been gaining weight. So personally, I want to get on the scale regularly because I want to keep on top of my weight gain or weight loss, or I want to know where I am. So if you're someone who wears very tight clothes and pants and skirts, it might be much easier for you to realize, oh my gosh, I must have gained 2 pounds without having a scale in your house. But again, you are the one who has to decide whether weighing yourself is a good thing for you or not. There is no one size fits all answer, and you'll see that if you stay tuned with me often, or if you connect with me often, you'll see that there is just not one answer most of the time. You have to figure out the answer for yourself. So personally, I do think that weighing yourself might be very helpful, unless of course it gets you all depressed or you're not focused on your weight in the first place. The second thing is, when you weigh yourself, you have to know that your weight can fluctuate a huge lot, especially if you're a woman. Men are not as don't have to worry as much about that, but women, with hormones, depending on where you are in your cycle and water retention, your weight can fluctuate a huge lot. So if you're really hung up on the numbers, then weighing yourself might not be such a good idea, because you're going to get all depressed every time you gain 2 pounds, even though it might just be water. So again, let me give you an example. I don't eat takeout very often, but every time I do, I can tell you the next day I'm going to have super puffy eyes because I'm going to retain tons of water. So if I eat takeout on the Sunday night, I know that the next Monday morning I'm going to weigh like 3 pounds more than on the Sunday morning. And this is something you have to really be aware of. If you start weighing yourself, don't get hung up on the numbers. just keep an eye on it and look at the trend, but don't focus on the number every single day thinking, oh my gosh, I've gained 3 pounds since yesterday, I need to starve myself today to go back to normal. So that leads me to the next question, which is, if I weigh myself, how often should I weigh myself? So because weight fluctuates a lot from one day to another, depending on what you do, depending on where you're in your cycle, depending on what you eat, some people say, oh, you should only weigh yourself once a week. And I personally completely disagree with that, because to me, that doesn't make sense. If I gain 3 pounds from the Sunday to the Monday, I know that this is probably just water, right? I cannot realistically gain 3 pounds in a day. But if I weigh myself only once a week and I gain 3 pounds because I had takeout the previous day, but I don't know that. I don't know, like, oh, did I gain 3 pounds this past week? Because that is totally realistic. So that's why, for me, weighing myself once a week doesn't work. It doesn't work because if I gain 3 pounds on that Monday morning, I don't want to have to live with that idea for an entire week and not knowing, like, whoa, was it water, or did I really gain weight? Did I really indulge that much? If I weigh myself every day, I'm going to see, okay, yesterday I was 3 pounds lighter. So there's a very good chance that it's just water. Let me check tomorrow. And the next day, usually I'm back to normal. So for me, it's very reassuring to weigh myself every day, because then I know what's normal and what's not. But again, if you have a tendency to get really hung up on the numbers and you see that being high on the scale is going to get you all depressed, then you might not want to do it too often. And if you weigh yourself every day, just make sure that you don't get too discouraged when your weight is higher, and you don't get too excited either when your weight is lower, because again, sometimes you're just dehydrated and you're going to lose 3 pounds very easily, depending on how your body reacts. So we were trying to answer the question, should you weigh yourself or not, and how often? So as you see, there's no straight answer. You have to figure out what works for you, because this is all about that. What makes you happy, or happy is not the word, like what helps you reach your goals in a easy way without you being depressed or discouraged or hung up on a specific measure. So weight can be a really good way to monitor where you are, to know where you are, and to stay on top of things. I personally weigh myself every single day unless I forget for some reason, or unless I know that I really am going to be much heavier than I want it to be, so I don't weigh myself in those cases. I just wait a few days. But decide for yourself, and if you've been struggling with your weight for a very long time and doing the yo-yo with your weight, and if you feel that you've tried pretty much everything and nothing has worked, I would really encourage you to apply for a free healthy lifestyle kickoff session with me. It's on the phone. We talk, for about 20 to 30 minutes, and we try to see, how you could, what are the strategies that could help you reach your goals more easily and faster and with less discouragement and more happiness. So I'm trying to open up my schedule a little bit until the end of the month, because I really want to give more people the opportunity to find out how they can finally manage their weight without this really not killing your life, but just, sucking the happiness out of your life pretty much. So if you've been struggling for a while and you cannot really figure out what you're doing wrong, because there's probably nothing you're doing wrong, but just, some adjustment to make. If you cannot figure out what you need to do to finally manage your weight in a healthy way, then I'm going to put the link below the video. Click on that link, apply for a free healthy lifestyle kickoff session, and I look at your request form and get in touch with you. And if I think that I can be helpful, then we'll just hop on the phone for 20-30 minutes and talk and see what it is that you might want to do to take you closer to your goal. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. I hope you got the sound today, and I will for sure talk to you again next week, Wednesday, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And in the meantime, well, be well, be healthy, be happy. See you, bye.